Today is Sunday, November 5th, 2017. Dow Jones weekend recap. I called on my last technical analysis on Dow Jones. I called for prices to move and print higher upon a move out of this wedge, which we did have. Though the price action to me hasn't been very convincing, and Friday, here we have a red spinning top, which we know marks indecision. I was expecting prices to traverse higher within this channel where it's met the 38 Fibonacci angle, come back, found support off the 50, tested the 38, come back, support off the 50, and then look for another test of the 38. Though if we take a look at the standard chart, we can see here this for me paints more of a picture of possibly what may happen in the week ahead. For me, we have these two doji spinning tops. I'll just zoom in on that a bit. We have a bit of a hammer on Friday's close, but also more important to me is we have a pretty good negative divergence on the RSI, where from this point we've had the price from 23,100 grind up to 23,585 area, though the RSI has started to roll over and weaken. So we have the divergence, the negative divergence there. For me, this is signaling a warning sign. The bulls have overextended and they're starting to become exhausted. And also interesting that the volume, even though it's surged, is starting to decline again. So we could be possibly looking at, for the moment, this being the market top, and we could most likely see a retrace occur. My first target, if that does happen, my first target will be this gap at 23,020 to be filled. Now, depending if the bears can build some momentum in the short term, we could start to see actually a retrace morph into more of a correction, and upon that we can look to see and target these gaps, at least these two gaps here, to be filled, with the bottom one at 21,885. In terms of measurements to that, put a ruler and measure it down to the top of that gap, that would actually make perfect sense to me, because that'd be a 7% correction from the top. It may be even overextend. To maybe closer to 10% correction. So I'd be looking to see if this does play out. Keep in mind, earnings, most companies have already reported their earnings, and this sometimes is usually a catalyst for markets. Hedge funds like to say, okay, well, lock in profits, sell down the index, and then wait for the next cycle to kick in. So that'd be my call for the Dow Jones. I'm watching to see if we get a retrace, and if it morphs into more of a correction.